Okay, so all today we will start with the chapter embryology. First of all, where does the fertilization occurs? Fertilization occurs in the female genital tract in the region that is called as ampulla. We have a 16 cell stage that is called as morula or mulberry. Okay. Suppose I have drawn this here. Okay. So this one is the outer cell mass, and this one is the inner cell mass. Okay. So outer cell mass is called as trophoblast and inner cell mass is called as embryoblast. Okay. What is the function of trophoblast? It provides the nutrition. It provides the nutrition to the developing embryo. And what is the embryoblast function? It forms the embryo. Okay. These are the functions of two. Then we will progress to blastocyst. Blastocyst. What is basically a blastocyst? Suppose this is a cavity. It comprises of two poles, upward pole and that of the lowerward pole. One pole is called as the embryonic pole and opposite to it is called as embryonic pole. Okay. Embryonic pole is also called as animal pole. Okay. That is towards the inner cell mass. This is the inner cell mass. Inner cell mass. So you have to remember that the pole towards the inner cell mass is the embryonic pole or the animal pole, and opposite to it is the embryonic pole. So what happens? First of all, there will be flat cells laying down towards the inner cell mass that are called as hypoblast. Okay. Above to the hypoblast we have tall columnar cells laying down that are called as epiblast. Okay. From the tall flat cells of the hypoblast downwards we have a membrane formed. This membrane is called as Husser's membrane. What is Husser's membrane? Basically it is a downward proliferation of hypoblast and leading to the formation of sac. Okay, I will write down here. Husser's membrane is downward proliferation of hypoblast and forming a sac. Okay. Flat cells are hypoblast. Tall and columnar cells are epiblast, and the downward growth of the hypoblast leading to the formation of sac is called as Husser's membrane. Okay. So above to the epiblast, this space or the area is called as amniotic cavity. The space below to the Husser's membrane, this is called as, this is outside to it, na? So it is called as extra embryonic mesoderm, and space inside to the membrane is called as primary yolk sac. Okay. Above to the epiblast cells we have a space that is called amniotic cavity. From the Husser's membrane inside of it is called as primary yolk sac, and outside of it is called as extra embryonic mesoderm. So extra embryonic mesoderm forms amnion and chorion. After its formation, what happens? Our hypoblast gets cubical in nature. Firstly, it was flat, then it gets cubical. What I want to say is that it gets like this. Okay, rest all will be same. Hypoblast here gets cubical. Afterwards, what happens is that firstly you have to remember, now what is the next thing that will be going to happen is that firstly hypoblast was flat, then it went cubical, and now it will be columnar in nature. Okay, from flat to cubical to that of columnar in that of nature. Okay, I'm not drawing the whole diagram again, I will make you taught in this only. This is our epiblast. Okay, this is our hypoblast, that is here cubical. Now what will happen, like this is our epiblast, it will get columnar in nature. When hypoblast becomes tall and columnar, it leads to the formation of procaudal plate. Procaudal plates form the head. Okay, and this is our epiblast, this is our hypoblast. Okay, at some point what will happen, that this epiblast tries to multiply, then what will happen, there will be the formation of primitive streak. Primitive streak forms the tail. Okay, head is formed with the procaudal plate, and tail is formed with the primitive streak. Okay, and there will be the formation of groove. Between epiblast and the hypoblast. This groove is called as intra-embryonic mesoderm. This groove is known as intra-embryonic mesoderm. Okay, so primitive streak grows in between the epiblast and the hypoblast, and it involves intraembryonic mesoderm, endoderm, and ectoderm. So all of them grows till procaudal plate. Afterwards, what happened? The procaudal plate, along with that of epiblast, forms the buccopharyngeal membrane. Procaudal plate plus our epiblast forms our buccopharyngeal membrane. So what is called as gastrulation? Gastrulation basically is the formation of primitive streak, intraembryonic mesoderm, okay, ectoderm, or that of endoderm. These four constitutes 1, 2, 3 and 4 constitute our stages of gastrulation. So this was something that you need to understand before starting your embryology from any other book. Okay, I have made it very simpler. I will make you understand once again what I have taught. First of all, the fertilization occurs in the female genital tract in the ampulla. Okay, The 16th cell stage is called the morula, where all of it happens. Towards the outside, we have trophoblast, and in the inside, we have our embryoblast. What is the function of trophoblast? To form the nutrition for the developing embryo. And what is the function of embryoblast? To form the embryo. And in the case of blastocyst, towards the inner cell mass, we have the embryonic pole or the animal pole, and opposite to it, we have the embryonic pole. The flat cells lying down is called as the hypoblast, and above to the hypoblast we have the tall columnar cells that are called as epiblast, and there is a cavity above to it that is called as amniotic cavity. When the hypoblastic cells are laid downwards, they form a sac that is called as Husser's membrane. Above to the Husser's membrane is the formation of primary yolk sac, and outwards to the membrane is the formation of extra embryonic mesoderm, which form the amnion as well as the chorion. Okay, then what happens? Firstly, our hypoblast was flat, then it gets cubical in nature, and then it will get columnar in nature. When it gets columnar in nature, it leads to the formation of procaudal plate. Okay, it will lead to the formation of procaudal plate. And sometimes what happens that our epiblast tries to multiply, and it will lead to the formation of primitive streak. So procaudal plate of the hypoblast, it forms the head region, and the primitive streak forms the tail region. And it ingrowth of between the epiblast and the hypoblast leads to the formation of intraembryonic mesoderm, ectoderm and endoderm. All of them grow till procaudal plate, and afterwards procaudal plate combines with epiblast to form the buccopharyngeal membrane. So gastrulation involves all of the 4 steps above mentioned. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope some of the concept of you are getting cleared from this. Please do like, share and subscribe to my video. Please show your support. Thank you for watching.